Hey there. So, something that's really on my heart in this very moment is to say that it's not your fault. These behaviors have nothing to do with you, and it took me a really, really long time to learn that. And it's pretty freeing, but it's hard to get out of the mindset. I took everything personally for a really long time, for years and years and years. Again, I'm almost 10 years in to this whole journey. And I was taking everything so very personally. So I made matters worse because I took the disobedience, I took the disrespect, I took all of that so very personally. And it has nothing to do with me. It has absolutely nothing to do with you. You having expectations and standards, perfectly fine. But their disobedience to you, their disrespect, and possibly even their hatred, it really doesn't have anything to do with you. But I have lost sight of that so many times. These kids self sabotage. We know that. We know that. But, Dad, it's not your fault. You're not a failure, Dad. You're not a failure just because they're not listening to you, just because they're not wanting to be with you or wanting to take your advice that is good and right. It's not your fault. And you're not a bad dad. You're not a failure of a dad. In fact, you're a really good dad. And I don't think us as parents in these journeys, we don't hear that enough. Moms don't hear it, and dads don't hear it. Nobody sees what we're doing behind closed doors. Nobody sees what we're dealing with behind closed doors. But I know I'm right there. My husband, he's right there, and he has taken it as a failure at times. I've told him, you're not a failure just because your techniques aren't working. Your techniques might take time. We're planting seeds, y'all. We are planting seeds, and our love is not lost. It's not lost. I have an inclination that at one point in time in the future for my son and for my daughter, that at some point in time, everything we have done is going to flood their minds and it's going to flood their hearts. And they're going to see it. Right now, they can't. They're in puberty. They're teenagers. I mean, healthy teenagers can be a struggle too at times, right? It's not an excuse, but it's hard. It's hard being a teenager. But I just want you to know it's not your fault. You didn't do it.